Then I was put in charge of business of dealing with the import of electronic equipment. I did some practical research, put together and gave a lecture, and that became a big hit in the course. So I was offering a management services business as an independent consultant along with my associates. I came from a middle class background in Bombay, born brought up in Chawl. So I had a very challenging school days because there's a lot of disturbance, a lot of people work. And in spite of that, I managed to study well in school and cracked the IIT entrance exam in those days and came in the top 15. And then I got into IIT Bombay. 5 years I was reasonably top student. And I really didn't bother to prepare for any of these entrance exam for management course. I was actually looking for a design job. But then when I got my first job in Bombay, I realized that there's no future for a real design engineer in India. So I said, let me try out, write any exams. All this management seems to be good. So I wrote the exam. So if you want to know the preparation, it was zero. I walked in.
Oh my
We
God.
never had.
Oh my
We never.
God. How was the placement like when you graduated?
As I told, we were given the option of only joining public sectors. So they had invited only public sectors. We had about 48 students. When we were studying, suddenly the company will come and we are told this company has selected you people to be interviewed because of your academic background. So electronic company selected four of us. Only two companies did serious interviews was Hindustan Petroleum and ICICI. Even ICICI selected me. But by the time I had a job in this public sector, so the institute told me you can't go for a second interview. So I didn't land up in ICICI.
What was your first job after IIM? What were you exactly doing? What were you doing day in, day
Okay,
out?
I told you I joined a public sector
Yes.
which was started under the Department of Electronics. Then I was put in charge of the business of dealing with the import of electronic equipments. Apart from that, we became a channelizing agency for any import being done by government organizations from any country in the world. They channelize those imports through our organizations. But my main job was to sell the idea to the Indian industry and convincing them, why are you waiting for so long? The same equipment I'm giving you. A lot of companies did agree and then they gave the order to us. I started working in Delhi. They transferred me to Hyderabad, not because I had a big job. They wanted to make the Hyderabad manager have people working under him. I mean, that kind of decisions were taken in that company. That was the most stupid job I ever did. But I learned quite a lot about how the government functions. So I realized that look, there's no future for me. So I also decided to move on.
So, if I'm not mistaken, you would have been one of the first few entrepreneurs from
One
IIM
of the first
Bangalore.
few, but there's another chap called TV. He had quit the job before me. And he started that business I told you of developing training program for workers. So he used to come and visit me at my ASCI. So he used to come and tell me, Srini, what are you doing wasting your life here? Better get out here. You can do something on your own. ASCII itself convinced me that that's not a great place for me for my future. The academic institutions in management are the most rotten places. I'll bluntly say that. I was doing everything, by the way. In ASCII, I did amazing work. ASCII used to run a course called Computers for Managers. So one of my colleague was running this program and he asked me to do some sessions on application of computers in business. So I did some practical research, put together and gave a lecture, and that became a big hit in the course. Then I realized that my God, what am I doing teaching here, whereas I should be actually implementing these ideas in the industry. So my whole idea of coming out was that why can't I combine my electronic technical knowledge with the management insight I
Yes.
got from the institute, and 4 years of working in industry, realizing that there are a lot of things it don't teach you in institute, but we can do using our common sense and build on it. It's very interesting. I never promoted my business. Practically everything came from word of mouth. My company was called Shika Management Services. So I was offering a management services business as an independent consultant along with my associates with complementary capabilities. So I started working with initially with the small businesses which were prepared to give you work.
So, you were consulting for small businesses and teaching
Small
them
medium
management
businesses.
skills that you've learned
I was not teaching them
Okay.
because first of all they had no idea what to learn, why to learn. They'll only come and tell you, I'm not able to get people to work for me. My business is growing. Can you help me? I said, okay, recruitment karenge. But then when you recruit, that fellow, I leave him there. Next day, he leave the job. And these fellows don't know how to give work also. I had to hang around and prepare a ground for this fellow to take over and teach them how to use these fellows. Then some companies they had grown, they had no system, so they were not able to get their materials which is lying around in their factory in the store. When they want to produce, they'll be wasting time searching for it. So I used to go to there and organize their stores and put it together in a systematic way. First case of a small business which came to me was actually a textile trader. That was my first real assignment. He has done very well in life, made good money very fast, but now he's suffering from big losses. So he was actually over trading when the business was doing very well. He came to me saying that I'm going to sell my wild jewelry. He has a big bungalow and all. So I want to declare bankruptcy. So when I said I can help you to turn around, he came and touched my feet literally, came home and told my wife, only your husband can save my business. I first did that audit of all his stock, sorted them out into good quality and bad quality. Next 1 year, I was sitting there every day, controlling what he buys, what he sells, and what he turns. And 1 year, he wiped out his deficit. Up to 92, I was with small medium.
Okay.
92, 93, my doors got open to large corporates.
And
Because of liberalization, the large corporations were losing ground.
okay.
They were losing their business.
Right.
We are actually doing what they call business re-engineering projects, which I got into it accidentally because of one of my clients who read the book by Hammer and Champy,
Okay.
gave it to me and asked me to read it. And I got zapped because when I read the book, I said, I'm already doing similar work with a small business because of IT,
Yes.
computer and all.
Yes.
So I said, it's very easy, I will do it.
Yes.
Then I started working with him, and then I got opportunity with some other clients where I had worked, like Apollo Hospital. I got associated with them in 90
Right.
as a regular consultant, helping them because they were not doing well in Hyderabad. So somebody introduced me to Apollo Hospital, that CEO, that Sangeeta Reddy, daughter of. Then I guided her in terms of how to change the way they are running the business, both from an internal management perspective as well as the way they treat the customer.
For our viewers, if we because we can't cover like a 30-year journey of Srini, I'd recommend for everyone. I have read a few, but you should all go through that, and that is excellent management learning for all. But what I do want to cover, Srini, is 2009. Why did you stop consulting? Was it like what comes to my mind is like I've made my money, now I want to retire on my island?
I was not getting aware of it, but something was going wrong with my health. The whole damn thing burst in terms of gallbladder burst one day suddenly when I was working. I was having 4, 5 assignments still going on with my other associates, and I was in the hospital. So the hospital was worried that I will not come back alive. They removed the gallbladder, got rid of everything, cleaned up, and they kept me in the hospital thinking 1 week later I can go back home. But I was not able to recover from that operation in 1 week. And I realized I can't go and take work traveling everywhere, eating flight foods, eating all sort of food. So then I talked to my clients and my associates saying that I'm not available. I'm going to hang my boots. 1st of April 2009, officially I closed my business.